Welcome back, everyone. This is MandoAllDay, back with another video. And in this video, I'll be doing an overview of Beast Boy. This is the final figure, per se, if you want to call it, when you get all the other figures for the Build-A-Figure wave for Titans. As always, I'll be talking about the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So, let's just get right into it. So this is the figure itself. You don't get a box, you just get the figure itself and no card or anything. So let's take a look at Beast Boy. Right off the bat, I like the head sculpture. The head sculpture is really cool. I said it before, I'll say it again. I'm a sucker for white eyes, and of course it has white eyes, and I really dig it. Head articulation, left and right is good. Up, down, not the greatest, but it does its job. But left and right is good. But just the detail on his face is really good. Just this big teeth on there. Just two teeth, but it looks good. And you get that grin on there. But what I like about it is that paint. Look at the eyeshadow on there. Very subtle, but it looks good and very menacing. And when you have that frown right there with the painted white eyes, just looks really creepy. And then on top of that, you got all the hair sculpture and the paint, which looks really good. Man, McFarlane did a really good job. You got the pointy ears on there as well too. There's the back of the hair. Really good looking hair sculpture. Again, very subtle, but it looks really good. But man, that face looks fantastic, man. I really dig this head sculpture on this Beast Boy. Looks really good. Shoulder articulation, it's good. Bicep, good. It's a little stiff. Mine's just a little stiff. This one is a little loose, so. Elbows, good. And of course, wrist, good. Actually, you know, the torso as well, too. Torso articulation, really good, actually. I wouldn't say really good. It's actually good, yeah. It's a very solid articulation torso. So in terms of the upper body articulation, it's good overall. But man, just look at that size. One, it does have that textured feel similar to the Lantern ones, like right there. You have it really thick on here in terms of the texture. Of course, she's definitely muscle tone. Just look at that. Look at the traps on there. Look at the back. It looks really massive. His arms, of course, have that hair, but of course it has that big bicep with that big vein, excuse me. Then you got more of that fur on there as well too. And then his left hand has a closed fist. We got the painted dark green nails, and then the other side has the claw hands. Again, painted dark green, but of course everything else is like light green, similar to his other arm. The same thing here. You got that really thick bicep. You got the fur on there as well too, and then you got the upper body. Looks fantastic. What I like about it is the subtle pieces right here. You guys can see that. The red here. Unfortunately, mine, the paint is kind of chipping on there. You guys can see that. It's, hopefully my camera can pick it up, but there you go. The paint's kind of chipping on there, so it's kind of, you can kind of see the black underneath it, but it's not a big deal. But what I like about it is kind of like the matte red. I know it looks like it's kind of glossy a little bit, but it's not. It's just matte. And I like it because everything else is really bright. And having that red matte here and on the side as well, too, on these pieces right here, it's really good, and it really pops very well. Man, he looks fantastic. The upper body looks really good, very menacing, and I really dig it. Really dig it. Leg articulation, it's a little stiff, but there is articulation, just mine is very stiff. Knees, ooh, they do articulate, I know, because I was able to take it earlier, but they're really stiff. Ankles, oof, man, these articulate, just mine. They do articulate a whole lot from the front, the back. There's a lot more articulation in the back, but not a lot in the front. And of course, the toes. Again, mine's just very stiff. Similar to the upper body, you got more present of that textured feel to it on the lower legs, which looks very good. But I will have to, I don't want to say ding, but in a way it is that the lower legs have that textured feel, but yet you notice it's a bit glossy. But in the upper body, it's not glossy. See that? See that right here? The blackness right here? It's not glossy, but yet glossy. Not then glossy. So, I don't know if it's by design like this. Maybe just my figure didn't come with glossy right there. Your mileage may vary, so make sure you check that out before you actually make this purchase. Because, again, mine doesn't have glossy here, but it does here. And also the knee pads, there's no glossy in this too. So, it doesn't look right. So, I don't know if it's by design. Maybe it's just my figure. I'm hoping it's just my figure. Because to me, it's not too big of a deal, but I know for some people it is. So make sure you check that out. But nonetheless, so legs look really good. You got the red on here too. Same black textured here. Same on the knee pads. On the knee pads. Same on the knees. Then you got the legs right here too. And you got more sculpture design right there. And of course, that thick fur and painted dark green nails, man. And he's tall. He's really, really tall. And I dig it. I really, really dig it. So, of course, the main question is, you know, is it worth it? And I'll say this right now. Before I answer that question, I'll say this. I think Beast Boy looks really, really, really cool. And Beast Boy by itself, I think the articulation is good. Mine's stiff, just beware of that. But I think everything else looks cool. And so to me, Beast Boy by itself, I think it gets a thumbs up, man. It's a cool looking figure, very massive. He's tall, menacing, and especially that face just looks menacing. And my brother was telling me maybe paint the white eye instead of red, make it pop more. I don't know, maybe I might do that. I don't know. It depends. But overall, though, Beast Boy gets a thumbs up from me. Just looks really, really cool, very menacing. And when you have a display like here with other figures, he just grabs your attention, man. He looks really, really cool. Now, the next question is it worth the purchase of buying all the other figures to get Beast Boy? Well, I don't think a figure is worth $100 if I want to be honest. But the question should be more of, is it this whole entire wave worth it? And my honest opinion, I want to say yeah, man. I think the wave itself is a really cool wave. I think some of the figures are brand new per se in terms of new characters such as Raven, Donna Troy, Arsenal. Of course, we have one too many Nightwings, which is fine, but it doesn't come with the open the trigger hand, so you can put the 96 on there. But I think having these other three figures into the DC Multiverse, great. And so to me, paying $100 for this whole entire wave, I think it's a good price, man. You get cool looking brand new figures, and of course a brand new Build-A-Figure or figure itself, and a cool looking Build-A-Figure. I think this whole wave itself looks really, really cool. McFarlane did a really good job. So to me, I think paying for all these for $100, I think definitely gets a thumbs up. Really cool when you add in everything that's included with the $100. I mentioned in the other videos, some figures aren't worth the $25. Maybe wait for a sale. But when you combine it all together, I think for $100 you get a really good deal with all these cool looking figures. And as I mentioned, new characters and a badass Build-A-Figure. So to me, the Titans Build-A-Figure wave for Beast Boy gets a thumbs up for me. Here we have another Build-A-Figure figure. Here we have, of course, it's going to be Atrocitus and Beast Boy. Both look really, really cool. In terms of the height, they're about the same. Actually, yeah, they're pretty much about the same. So if you have Atrocitus, you can kind of get an idea how tall Beast Boy is going to be. But they both look really, really cool, man. And like I said about the whole black texture, you can really see it on here in terms of Atrocitus. That texture, I don't know what you call it, definitely present on here on Beast Boy. But nonetheless, just showing you how this Build-A-Figure figure looks compared to Beast Boy. Here we have Solomon Grundy from the Arkham City Build-A-Figure wave for Solomon Grundy. And this is going to be Beast Boy. Really cool looking figure. Yes, this one is shorter, obviously you can tell. But there's a lot of details, a lot of going on with this figure. There is another version of this figure. There is a gold label Walmart exclusive one where you can collect all the other figures as well too. But they're mainly like black and gray. And so the veins on here are actually painted blue, which looks pretty cool. I might get the whole wave if I get it on sale, but nonetheless, so here we have Solomon Grundy, and of course, oops, almost gonna fall. Solomon Grundy, and of course, Beast Boy, and they're both Build-A-Figures. Here we have Kotlebach. This is a Mega Fig, and of course, Beast Boy, and you can really see the difference between a Build-A-Figure figure and a Mega Fig. I mean, one, just look at the size of him. He's definitely a lot bigger, definitely massive. Just look at the head size. Look at this. It looks tiny compared to Kotlebach. Even the torso as well, too. And yes, the height difference. Kotlebach is taller as well, too. And everything's just bigger on the Mega Fig, which it should be because it's a $40 figure. But nonetheless, though, here we have the Kotlebach Mega Fig standing next to Beast Boy from the Teen Titans or Titans Build-A-Figure wave. Here we have the entire wave for the Teen Titans, or Titans Build-A-Figure wave. I always want to say Teen Titans. I'm looking at the back here posters, but it's actually, that's called Titans, if I remember correctly. But nonetheless, so here we have all 5 figures. As mentioned before, I'll say it again. Here we have Arsenal, Donna Troy, Beast Boy, Raven, and of course Nightwing. And I think they all look great together. Having them all here look fantastic. And as I mentioned, I give this whole wave a thumbs up. They all look really, really good. But more importantly, I like the fact that they included brand new characters to the McFarlane DC Multiverse, which is Raven, Arsenal, and Donna Troy. But just showing you how these all look side by side. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with this figure? To plan to purchase this figure, leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure to hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. Then includes an overview of Beast Boy from the Titans Build-A-Figure Wave for Beast Boy, and on to the next one.